These odds are also from FanDuel Sportsbook. FanDuel Sportsbook. Not sponsored by them. Shout out to them, though.
Welcome to week 5, ladies and gentlemen. We've got, it's crazy. It's already a week through the season. But on a positive note, a lot of teams still in it. Some teams not so much. Let's get into what I think will happen in week 5. This sport I love because it's so unpredictable. It is so unpredictable. Let's get into the week 5 predictions. So here is how this works. I drag a lime W and a pink S to whoever I think wins the game this week and covers the spread. So to the nation's capital we go, and changes in office could be made, not for Washington, but for the visiting team, the Chicago Bears. There have been some rumors of Matt Eberflus getting let go if they lose this game. Short week on the road against a team that just barely lost to a division rival. That definitely could happen. And this Chicago team blew a 28-7 lead at home against Denver, and Justin Fields played the best passing game of his entire career. I'm going to say Washington wins, and they cover the spread. They win 27-17, Washington. So our second across the pond game with our allies in the United Kingdom, Jacksonville's staying over there. They beat the crap out of Atlanta last week, but they got a whole nother behemoth coming across the pond. They got Godzilla coming across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean. A team that just dropped 50 on the big bad Miami Dolphins. This team is on a mission right now. After a quarter of the season, 4 games in, the Super Bowl feels like it's the Buffalo Bills against the San Francisco 49ers. Buffalo, I feel like, will dominate Jacksonville. Houston and Atlanta, 2 teams with polar opposite directions. One team going to the moon, and then another one going to the toilet. Houston Texans and the Atlanta Falcons. The Houston Texans, C.J. Stroud he might be a top 5 quarterback soon. He's that good. He has been that good. 1,200 yards, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That's the key. 0 interceptions for a rookie. That is extremely impressive. Hyping up this team so much. Atlanta, I can't trust Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder's confidence is shot right now. He's just not playing good football. And I'm taking the Houston Texans to win and cover the spread here. Carolina, Detroit, similar situation as Houston and Atlanta. One team not so good, the other could be amazing. Detroit. Why did I pause there for that long? I do not know. Detroit should dominate Carolina. Carolina's down there with Chicago and Denver, the worst teams in the entire league. Detroit has a legitimate chance against the Dallas, Philly, San Francisco come playoff time. They're that talented, that good, and they're on a roll right now. And they had extra time to prepare after the Thursday night beatdown against the Packers. Detroit Lions win this football game. Our first coin flip, 2-2 apiece between 2 AFC rivals, AFC South rivals, Tennessee Titans, Indianapolis Colts. Underrated rivalry. These 2 teams don't like each other. The Colts and the Titans, they don't like each other. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Colts, man. The Colts came back from 20-0 down. This team has got something. Shane Steichen, I feel like, is a really, really good coach. Vrabel is too, but the Titans are inconsistent. One week they lose 28-3. The next week they win 28-3. They can't make up their mind. The Colts' run defense is pretty good. That's the biggest thing to stopping the Titans is stopping the run, and I feel like the Colts can do that. So give me the Colts here. This one could get ugly. New York Giants going to South Beach, taking on the Miami Dolphins. Miami coming off that bad loss in Buffalo. I don't think it's that bad of a loss, though. They just came off that 70-point win, and get everything Buffalo had, and no Jalen Ramsey, Jalen Phillips. I'm not getting excuses out. They're not on the same level as Kansas City and Buffalo as a team right now, but they're still really, really good. And the Giants are a complete mess. Down there with Carolina, Denver, Chicago, Vegas is the worst teams in the league. Giants are down there as well. This is going to get ugly. Miami 38, New York Giants 10. A classic AFC North battle. These two teams hate each other. We know this for a fact. Baltimore and Pittsburgh, and each, doesn't matter who's the quarterback, who's the coach, it's the same result pretty much every single time. It's going to be a bloodbath. Pittsburgh covers the spread, but Baltimore gets the win in a 18-16 game, something ridiculously low like that. It happens every year. New England Patriots hosting the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are favored somehow. I get it. New England got smoked by Dallas, absolutely smoked, but New England, just a better football team, better coach team. New Orleans, I knew this coming into the year. Everyone was super high on them because they had an easy schedule, but the NFL is so year to year, everything is so unpredictable, and the Saints are just not that good. They're not. Derek Carr does not look good. He's at that AC joint, similar to Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. We'll get to him later. Shut him down, New Orleans. Have Jameis Winston go in there. And Dennis Allen's just not a good head coach. Right on cue, Cincinnati going to the desert, take on the Cardinals. They're favored by 3. I'm taking the Cardinals to win the game and cover the spread, and here's why. Gannon's a great coach. They were in the game with San Francisco, but San Francisco pulled away late. Cincinnati's an absolute disaster right now. They got to shut down Joe Burrow for a minimum of 3 to 4 weeks because that calf is really bothering him and affecting this football team's morale and just everything. The morale is just through the toilet. Jamar Chase is depressed, you could tell, frustrated because a wasted season because their best player and their most valuable player is hurt. He's not healthy. And that being said, the Cardinals are playing really, really well. Josh Dobbs is playing the best football he's ever played. Jonathan Gannon is a really good coach. He's corny, but he's a really good head coach. And most underrated game of the week, Philadelphia Eagles at the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams coming off that win against the Colts. Both teams winning in overtime, and then Philadelphia over Washington in overtime. I'm going with the upset. Give me the Los Angeles Rams, and here's why. And Cooper Kupp comes back. If him and Puka Nacua, who's going to cover that? Who's going to cover Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp right now? He's limited in practice, I saw, but 2 X-Factor receivers you can't cover. Philadelphia's defense is not as good as last year. Sean Desai, knew him from Chicago. He's on the Bears. He's not as good of a D coordinator as Gannon, not even close, and it's showing this year. Give me the Rams. Here we go again. Kansas City Chiefs at the Minnesota Vikings. I don't know if Travis Kelce's girlfriend will show up. I don't know if she'll want to go to Minneapolis, Minnesota, but who knows? Give me the Chiefs. That close call against the Jets, wakes them up a bit. The Vikings are really bad. They barely beat Carolina. Chiefs should dominate this game. This one is laughable. They were down 28-7 against the Bears, but they came back and won, and they're favored. They're favored against the Jets, who should have beaten the Chiefs. That the game was low-key rigged, but I'm saying it's not because they gave them the safety. They didn't give, if they didn't give the Jets the safety early in the game with a clear face mask, then say it's rigged. But they should have been getting some holding calls at the end of the game. The Jets were this close to beating the Chiefs. I'm shocked Denver's favored, to be completely honest with you. I am shocked. Zach Wilson did that against a pretty good Chiefs defense. What is he going to do against the worst defense in the NFL, who still has their coordinator on the staff who gave up 70 points against Miami? Give me the Jets, and give me them now. And everyone's game of the week, including mine, a potential playoff preview. San Francisco's had Dallas's number the last 2 years. They host the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. And 2 really good teams, but this is the stat that will decide this game, in my opinion. They were 11-1 on turf last year, and they were 1-4 on grass. This year so far, they're 3-0 on turf and 0-1 on grass. Levi Stadium, where the 49ers play, is a grass field. Give me the San Francisco 49ers to win and cover the spread. This team could be historic. In my opinion, they're the best team in the NFC, and it's not even really close at the moment. Steve Wilks has been as good, if not better, the defensive coordinator than DeMeco Ryans. This team has just been absolutely phenomenal on all 3 levels. offense, defense, and special teams. Jake Moody looks like a great Robbie Gould replacement at kicker. San Francisco and Buffalo Super Bowl. I'll be shocked if it's not at least one of those teams making it all the way, San Francisco or Buffalo. But in this game, give me the Niners over the Cowboys. And then to Sin City for the last game of Week 5, Green Bay Packers and the Las Vegas Raiders. One team coming off a young team coming off a bad loss at home, another one coming off a bad loss on the road. Green Bay winning this football game. The Raiders are in complete shambles at the moment. Josh Jacobs doesn't want out, but he's just frustrated. You can tell Devontae Adams was frustrated too earlier, frustrated about the losses. The Raiders are in a bad spot right now. The fans screaming McDaniels and all of that. It's a mess in Vegas. Packers win this game and cover the spread. That's going to be it for Week 5. Let's have ourselves a weekend. Stay safe.